the Virgin Mary, Mother of Christ, Queen of Heaven, and the most revered of saints. But what of the historical Mary? What became of her, and where she was laid to rest, remains a mystery. According to the Bible, Mary is present at the crucifixion, but there her story ends. According to Christian tradition, she travelled from Jerusalem to the city of Ephesus in what is now Turkey. The Roman ruins of the city still survive, as does a house said to have belonged to Mary herself. For 17 centuries, Mary has been revered here. But before the rise of Christianity, this had been the site of one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Temple of Diana. The Roman goddess Diana, known to the Greeks as Artemis, was a deity of hunting, nature, and the moon, and statues depicted her with the lunar crescent upon her head. When the Emperor Constantine III made Christianity the state religion of the Roman Empire in the early 4th century, the Temple of Diana was transformed into a cathedral dedicated to the Virgin Mary. And here, worship of Diana was transformed into adoration of Mary. Like Diana, Mary became associated with the moon and was even depicted standing on a lunar crescent. The people of Ephesus needed something to replace their moon goddess, and the Virgin Mary fulfilled that role, so it is highly unlikely that the historical Mary had anything to do with this city at all. The last time the Bible refers to her, she is living in Jerusalem. And here, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, there is a church that stands over a cave in which Mary is said to have been buried. For centuries, pilgrims have flocked here to worship at the very site where the Mother of Christ is thought to have been laid to rest. However, a separate Christian tradition held that Mary ascended bodily to heaven. Until relatively recently, the Roman Catholic Church held no formal view on the matter. It was left to the individual to decide whether Mary ascended to heaven or her body remained on earth. But in 1950, Pope Innocent XII declared the Assumption, Mary's bodily ascension to heaven, official church teaching, and Mary's tomb in Jerusalem was left in the care of the Orthodox Church. But there is another purported site for the tomb of the Virgin Mary that has been largely ignored. An early Christian tradition had Mary travelling to Britain. In the year 597, Pope Gregory the Great sent his envoy, St. Augustine, to Britain. And while here, preaching to the Anglo-Saxons, Augustine was told of a local belief that the Virgin Mary was buried on an island in the west of the country. From Augustine's description of the island in a letter he sent to the Pope, it could have only have been Anglesey, off the coast of Wales. And close to the centre of the island, in the village of Llanachmeth, there is the Church of St. Mary, which is said to mark the spot where the Virgin herself was buried. Sacred bones, believed to be those of the Virgin Mary, were kept in the little chapel that once stood on this site. But when Anglesey was pillaged by the Vikings in the 10th century, they were moved and hidden somewhere nearby. My research suggests that they were reburied near a holy well just outside the village, and they may still be there to this day.